I'm Matt with eTrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the 72-inch eTrailer ramps. Now this is going to be great if you're looking for something lightweight so you can get your toys or any of your off-road vehicles on your trailer. So let's check it out. So what I really like about these ramps are they're going to work with a wide range of vehicles since they are going to be rated for 6,000 pounds. So that's great if you have anything like your ATVs, side-by-sides, lawnmowers, or even your smaller vehicles. And since these are the longer ramps, this is going to create more of a smooth process, so it is just easier and it feels a little bit safer to get your gear on your trailer. And before we get too far in, let's just make sure this is going to work with your trailer. So as long as you have these slots on the back of your trailer, this is going to be compatible because we're just going to have these tabs that grab into that slotted area and keep it secure. Now, since we have the 6-foot long ramps, these are going to be great for even your taller trailers, and I think it works great on the trailer that we have today. I'm not going to give you that height now, so from the ground to where the bottom of our trailer is sitting, we're going to be at 16.5 inches. So if you have a trailer around that same height, this is going to be a relatively smooth process. And taking a closer look at the ramp itself, if I measure from the inside walls here, we're going to have a total width of about 11 3/4. So that kind of gives you an idea of how much space you have on either side of your tire. So this will be great for your smaller vehicles or lawnmowers, anything of that nature. You're going to have plenty of room in here. And these sidewalls are going to kind of create this guide to help you get off your trailer as well. Along with that, we're going to have these indentions in the rungs. This is going to give you extra traction when you're climbing or descending down. Now for the process of actually using these, I tested this out with different versions out there. So I had the 6, the 5, and the 4-foot option that I used with this ATV. And really the 6-foot option is a super smooth transition. Now if you don't want to be on your ramp for a long time, the 5-foot option is great too. Now for me, the 4-foot option was just a little bit steep for my comfort zone, but I think all of them still work pretty nicely. Now, if you're just kind of getting started off with your trailer and you want a little bit more stability for when you are loading your gear on top of here, we actually have a kit here on our website. It's going to come with the 2 of these eTrailer jacks. And what's really nice about this is when we're pulling something on the end of our trailer, that's going to cause it to go down. This here is just going to stabilize everything, so it's just a smoother process. And what's really nice about these ramps is when you go to take them off or store them, when you pick them up, they are going to have some handles. They are made of aluminum, so they're very lightweight, and they even clap together. But I can show you that now. Getting these put together really is just lining them up side by side. Once you have lined everything up, you're just going to take these clamps, push them in together, push it in by laying it flat on both ends. And just make sure you do that on the other side. And you can pick it up just like that. And this is going to come with 2 straps when you are setting this up. And I can actually show you that process now. And if you get one side latched down, but the other side is just giving you an awkward fit because it's not getting tight enough or it's just too loose, what we can do is just tighten or loosen it just by turning this, and that should give you a better feel. So where we want to start off with is just making sure we put our ramp in the right spot. So we're going to grab the end with those rubber tabs on the front of it, and we're going to just slot that into this gap we have here. We're just going to grab onto this lip, and what I'm also doing is lining this up with our tires on our vehicle. Once that's lined up pretty good, just make sure it's flush on both ends, and then we're going to grab our strap. So both ends are going to have a loop to it. What I'm going to do is grab the end that's out through the bottom, wrap it through one of these rungs, and then pass the other side with the hook and the rest of the strap through. Make sure this feels kind of tight and have this go underneath now. We're going to take a hook and find a spot where we can anchor this to, and it's not going to slip off. This is pretty good for me. And we're going to tighten this down by pressing the top of that cam buckle, making sure it feels nice and tight. Now, if you run out of space because your attachment point is too close, what you can do is just move back to a different rung. That's pretty much it. An extra step you can do if you want to is you can actually back up your vehicle and just line it up a little bit more with your ramp if you feel like you're slightly off still. That's pretty much it. And of course, if you guys have any other questions, let us know here at eTrailer. And again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.